Hello guys, Chris here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce GT 1030 2GB Gddr5 in Rust. This one is the MSI Aero version of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers, and I am manually overclocking it just slightly. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power Ups GPU-Z. Again, it's the Gddr5 version of the card. If you have the DDR4, it's going to be half as fast, basically. It's very terrible. And lastly, over on the left, we're pairing it with the i7 4770K overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz. This is wrong completely. Okay, it's not at 5 gigahertz plus. And over in the memory tab, we're using 16 gigabytes of DDR3 2400 megahertz RAM in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? First up, let's go over the settings. I'm starting at 1080p resolution, and we're also going to test lower and higher resolutions. And we're utilizing the potato settings right here. It's the potato preset, but I'll set the render scale to 100%, so it's at native 1080p. And well, I guess everything else I'll leave it like that, and maybe it's just a couple of settings when we get inside of the map, okay? Let's do this! Okay, we're finally here after 4 minutes of loading the map, and you know what? For potato graphics, I actually was expecting a little bit worse. We still have a lot of grass over here. It looks a little bit different from the lowest settings last time that I played this game on the GT 1030, which was over 2 years ago. Now let's start counting our FPS and check out the map as well. I don't really want to go in this direction. Let's try to go to the outpost right there. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Let's move on. Now, where the FPS are going to drop the most when you are CPU bound, some people are actually exploding things in this direction. Should we find out what they're exploding and join them, maybe? Or should we try to kill them with the bow and an arrow? I don't think that's gonna work. But as I was saying, where the FPS are gonna drop the most in GPU bound scenarios, which this system is GPU bound, of course, is in forest areas like this one. I don't really see a ton of vegetation here, though. So it might drop in other areas of the map as well, or more dense forest areas. I'm gonna try to go there. Okay. This is terrible, guys. Hello? I really don't... They have weapons. They... Hello? I don't have the microphone connected to the PC, you know? 6 FPS, 1% lows at the moment. Let's restart the counting system. That's just because I died, of course. Although the 1% lows aren't really very accurate anyways, because... they're at 21 at the moment. It's just picking up those little spikes that are happening in the frame time graph, which are indications of stuttering, but I'm not really feeling all of that stutter, you know. It doesn't really feel super buttery smooth, but it's not really that distracting anyways. I still consider this a playable experience. So yeah, just disregard those 1% lows, as they are not really accurate to the experience that we are seeing right now. Wow, look at those shadows. They are made of like 10 pixels. Beautiful potato graphics, my friends. Oh yes, at least it works even at 1080p resolution, so can't really complain about that. It's a GT 1030 after all. This is one of the things that I really like about Rust. It's that they've been updating their game for a really long time and changing graphical settings and so on, adding more vegetations and stuff, but they still care about the low-end gamers. Guys with the GT 1030, even people with GTX 400 and 500 series, for example, GTX 480 or a GTX 460, those GPUs are still playable in Rust in 2023, which is insane. All right, let's try to find like a weapon or something. It's a nice case, right? Whoa! Oh, this is good. Okay, okay. I was not expecting to find a Tommy gun right away. This is nice. Alright, now we can actually go fight them bastards. Maybe they're still there. Let me just try to find some more things around here, you know? Also, every time I go into this menu right here and see my character over there, the FPS will go down, so that will also lower our 1% lows, unfortunately. So yeah, just do it. Again, don't go by the 1% lows. And I'm pretty surprised that even with all of these trees around us, probably because we're playing this on potato graphics, it's not really dropping our FPS. that's good. You can have a consistent experience with the GT1030. It's gonna be a little bit hard to see people from far away, of course, because some of the trees look like vomit, basically. But hey, it's okay. It's a GT1030. I'm fine with this. I wish we had the option in pretty much all of the games out there to play with potato graphics like these ones. Hi! Hello! How's it going, buddy? Hi! Oh, you're missing everything. Are you blind or something? Oh, thank you. Okay, you're not blind. You're not blind. I'm just gonna eat now. There was a little shopper somewhere in that direction. Yeah, there he is. Over there. You can still spot the guy over there. Also, this is not my sensitivity. Should probably have switched it up a little bit and adjusted it. Come on. Yeah, hide yourself, boy. I also have a gun. There he is. Okay, I hit him. Damn it. Oh man, okay, that didn't work. Okay, where are we now? Where are we now? Up here! Oh, near the outpost. That's great. That's exactly what I wanted to go. Alright guys, but what I'm gonna do next is try to make the game look a little bit better. We've already seen that it doesn't really drop from 60 or 30 FPS, actually. So I'm gonna adjust the shader level right here. When you set that to 300, it actually makes everything look way better, like the textures on the ground and stuff. I'm not gonna adjust the shadows because, well, they're actually really intensive in this game, but the shader level adjustment is definitely something very welcomed when we are using potato graphics, in my opinion, because now you got ground textures, and previously you didn't have those, and it still runs pretty much the same. You might lose 1 or 2 frames per second, but that's it. And the other setting is draw distance. A lot of people like to increase this. You can actually see it in the background right there. The minimum draw distance of 500 is already really high, but I like to keep it at 1000 or close to that. And as you can see, we're still getting 40s around here, so things didn't really change by all that much in terms of FPS by using 1000 draw distance, and I think this is how I would play with the GT1030. Because, again, it just delivers that little bit better visual fidelity. Not gonna touch the graphics settings presets, you know, the potatoes and stuff like that. That adjusts the texture resolution, and if you increase the texture resolution here, you're screwed, because VRAM is maxed out, RAM is close to maxed out at 14 gigabytes right there, and if you increase the textures, it would utilize more VRAM, and since you don't have more VRAM, it would swap into the RAM, and then, well, if you max out the RAM, it's gonna be a stuttery mess, completely unplayable, because it will swap into the disk. I've lost something. This has quests now? It's kind of feeling like RuneScape. Are you kidding me? What? So, oh, there's Roach right there. I don't care about the quest. I'm just gonna go grab Roach and get out of here. Ah, this is awesome, guys. Aside from the tree quality, which is terrible, and the fact that we're not really getting 60 FPS, but hey, we got Roach here with us. We're getting 30 plus FPS consistently all of the time. The trees are taking a really long time to render, you know? Like, they shouldn't really be rendering this slowly, but I guess just the power of the GT1030. It's not bad, you know? Once again, it's you can play the game. If you have been wanting to buy Rust and you only have a GT1030 and a 10-year-old CPU like the i7 that I'm using right here, an i5 from the 4th generation will also perform pretty much the same, because you can see that the CPU usage is not really maxed out. It's not even above 50% most of the time. So the i5 with half the threads and the same amount of cores, physical cores, it will work pretty well. Yeah, you can feel free to buy the game. Worst case scenario, you're gonna see like drops into the high 20s with explosions and stuff like that, and that's not really that big of a deal. You can always adjust settings or lower the resolution if you want to achieve more FPS, which, since we've mentioned that, and we are close to a forest area that's pretty intensive on the GPU, I'm gonna do. So let's drop it down to the 900p resolution first. And there are a few people who have 900p monitors. They're not very common, you know, and it's more common to see people using like 1080p monitors and just lowering the resolution down to 720p. But if you have a 900p monitor, this will look great, of course, because it will be your native resolution, and it definitely feels a heck of a lot better than 30 FPS at 1080p, or the 35 that we were seeing. We're basically getting like 10 more frames per second than previously, and that makes a big difference when we're talking about 30 versus 40 frames per second. Yeah, you know what? This is very, very close to the experience that I had myself when I first started playing Rust back in like 2013 on a GTX 760 and FX 6350 actually. But yeah, back in those days, I was playing it at 1080p with optimized settings for best visuals to performance ratio with around like 45 frames per second on average. So this is actually getting higher FPS than what I used to get back in the days. So yeah, for that entry-level experience, the 1030 is definitely adequate, I would say. It's a pretty good contender for like a minimum requirements GPU for this game, I think. What's the current minimum requirements GPU? I don't even know that. Okay, on the CPU side of things, it asks for the i7-3770, which it's probably a little bit on the higher end side, I would say. Probably an i5 would do fine, as I told you. There's a guy right there, goddammit. Then for the GPU, it asks for a GTX 670. A GTX 660 is faster than GT 1030, guys. I think this performs very similarly to like a GTX 650, maybe? Yeah, it's more close to the 750, but from the 650 to the 750 is only about like 15% performance, so yeah. So that's probably it for 900p resolution. Let's see if we can actually get 60 FPS at 720p. And, oh, we're getting 70s. Oh, yes, it's 60 plus, my friends. Not all of the time, obviously, but I mean, I am happy with what I'm seeing right now. Well, not really that much because it's a pixelated mess now, but still, for a GT 1030, guys, to be able to play Rust in 2023 above 60 FPS, I call it a win. It's not even on the minimum, absolute minimum settings, you know. With the old i7 as well. Like, usually I pair this GPU with stuff like Ryzen 7s and the 13600K. I don't think I ever paired it with that one, but still. Very overpowered CPUs for a 1030 indeed. But as you can clearly see, you do not need such CPUs to achieve the best out of a GT 1030. It's a weak GPU, something from 10 years ago, overclocked, or even if I didn't overclock this CPU, I think it would still be able to get 100% usage out of the little 1030. Oh, I'm just noticing that I actually typed GT before 1030. I usually don't put the GT or GTX tags, only the number of the card. This is feeling a lot better than what we experienced at the 900p resolution as well as the 1080p resolution, and I feel like if you have a 1080p monitor with this GPU, you should probably lower it down to 720p in this particular title if you want that smoothness, of course. Otherwise, just keep it at 1080p because it still went above 30 FPS all of the time, which is nice. Again, I kind of expected this to perform a little bit slower today than this, because again, it's been updated. The graphics are completely different from the last time. They added this new grass type and so on, but it's still playing okay. Look at that, it's not even stuttering anymore. At least it's not having those bigger spikes that we saw previously. This is where they killed me the last time. Yes. Oh, there are tons of loot. Okay. Oh, we got a chainsaw right here. And we got a little jackhammer. This is pretty cool, actually. And it's working. Nice. But I believe that door is open. Not sure, though. Probably not. Like, who the heck doesn't use the auto shut door, right, in Rust? No, yeah, I was right. They actually did not close the door. Is this a trap or something? Hello? Okay. I'm just gonna grab their chopper and get out of here if I can. Come on. Come, no, let's go. But I believe that was just a turret, because otherwise they would have kept shooting at me. This doesn't do anything. It's broken, guys. All right, now we got this double barrel shotgun. Not bad. We got bullets as well. People are shooting each other somewhere in that direction, maybe? No, in that direction over there. Also, guys, I totally forgot that I'm playing on a GT 1030. Oh my god, that was close. Okay, yes, all good. Okay, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Where to now? Over there? There it is. Yes. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Ooh, boy, that was close. But yeah, I totally forgot that I'm playing the game on a GT 1030. I'm actually enjoying it. Ooh. Satchel charges. Seriously, that's amazing. I'm not grabbing like the scrap. I know it's very handy, obviously. I've played this game, but I don't really care. All right, Roach, let's stop it right here. I think we're very close. They might be around that base, maybe? Yeah, look. Yeah, we're super close. Yep. They're fighting each other. I can't really see anything right now. It's super pixelated, guys, at 720p. Damn it. Maybe 1080p is the way to go after all. I don't know. Oh, boy. Okay, so are they actually fighting the people from this huge base? I think so, yeah. That's opened over there, guys. Wait a second. I hope they have died with, like, a turret or something. I really want to check that out, guys. The loot. Yeah, come on. Maybe they heard us. Okay, this has nothing here. No! Damn it! Well, I got one of them. There was another one there. Oh, boy. Also, there are 82 people playing in this server. It's not like an empty one like usual. And the i7, it's still handling it like a champ, all right? Very, very good. It still can do 60 plus FPS on a semi-populated server here. Okay, but that's enough of playable things, right? Let's move on to what? 4K resolution? Should we do that? All right, 3840 by 2160, guys. I think I'm just gonna set this to the minimum possible right here. Come on, can I? There we go. We made it. And there we go, 4 frames per second. That's awesome. No, it's not. It's very sharp, actually. I can see the details from far away. I need to know. Is there any loot around here? Probably not, right? A lot of people already saw this. Well, we could bring the boxes with us. Actually, they even gave us the little hammer thingy. So, come on, can I open this one? Thank you. Ooh, this is nice. We can play Fortnite with this. Uh-oh. Hello. Hi. Oh, God damn it. No. Wagyu, don't do that, Wagyu. Don't you dare doing that. Yeah, I don't think he was gonna kill us. He was just looking at the loot. I couldn't have known, right? Because I was getting 5 FPS. But let's try this at 1440p. Because 4K is obviously never gonna work on a GT 1030. Well, over here, we're getting double the FPS. Look at that. Here we go. This is it, guys. 1440p. Oh, wait. The draw distance was actually not set to the minimum possible. Whoa, so many more FPS. It's like almost 3 times better than 4K, but it's still not enough for 30 plus all of the time, which is obvious once again because at 1080p resolution we saw 35 plus, I guess, maybe 33 plus the entire time. And obviously 1440p is much higher resolution than 1080p is, and it's much harder to run as a result. All right, I think that's been it for this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I still had fun, especially at 720p res. Those were some intense moments. That was pretty nice. So, hope you enjoyed it as well. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye-bye.